So this bush, I don't know what this is. Kind of like a boxwood. Not really a boxwood, but it's kind of gotten out of hand. You can see how tall it's gotten. I watched this old house, I don't know, a decade ago or more, and they talked about trimming boxwoods. Boxwoods grow very, very slowly. This thing does not grow very slowly. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. This thing does not grow very slowly. So much so that I've come around here and I've taken drastic measures. So when I got in here, you can see the white stuff is mold. You can see a lot of dead stuff hanging down, dendritis, and it's just dead, or it's not growing, it's not producing, it's not putting on green stuff. But if you look down here, everything was starving for sunlight. So based on the size of this thing, which is probably 8 feet tall, I'm going to cut everything back so that it doesn't block that window, and take out, well, you can see how big this stump was, and this stump, and I'll take this stump out. It's probably somewhere in there, and I've already removed that much material. Like I said, it was molding inside of there because it couldn't get any air circulation. It was plenty wet, but it wasn't getting any sun. So I'm going to cut this back. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, and we can check on it in a couple of weeks and see what kind of growth there is. See if I can do this single-handedly. You can see how much weight these things are holding down, how much it springs back up. When I cut that off. So the weight of these things is so much that when you cut these off, you can see it physically just jump back up. This is going to be trimmed down even more. But I mean, that gives you an idea what bad shape this was in. So, it looks like I'm destroying the bush, but with the mold and all the dead stuff, even the limbs that are down here on the ground are dead. I cut that off, but this stuff touching the ground is just rotten. I'll finish whacking on this. All this pretty stuff. Nice green, looking for sunlight. So it's really kind of hard to see the scale and magnitude of the amount of stuff that I cut off of it. There's a kitty for scale. But there's the bush. And no, I did not horrifically mangle this bush. There's a lot of green there, and there was a lot of dead that I cut off. So I'll show you. So this is the underside. Like I said, mold. And the bark is just so wet that it just, rubs off. It can't be doing any good. One of the limbs at the bottom I started to cut, and it just broke off. I mean, that doesn't look healthy. I mean, the outside looks healthy because that's the part that's getting sun. That part looks healthy. That part doesn't. There's more mold. There's dead. And there's lots of, nutrient-rich stuff underneath Like I said, all this stuff down here at the bottom was just dead. So I trimmed this back, and you can see how it was keeping the building wet, rubbing the paint off of the window. This is my little shop. And this would be a much more manageable size. Actually, I may trim it off so that it's kind of even with the corner. But it's getting dark and it's damp. There it is. We'll come back and check on it in a couple of weeks. So from April 21st to June 29th, which is today, here is the bush. It's been 69 days. This is the before and after. Now, it's not a beautiful shape. I'll grant that. There's a lot of missing from the middle, but it is very healthy and very happy. And look at all this green. It's popped out all over the place. And now that it looks good as in healthy and happy, we can trim off some of this exterior bits and give it more of a shape. The bit that was in the middle I cut out was actually dead, so it wasn't ever going to look good in the middle. So, see, I didn't kill it. I just made it look really ugly for 3 months. 3 months? No. 2.5 months? Well, by the time it fills out, it'll be over 3 months, but not too bad. This is me talking with my hands when you can't see my face. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
Too many hobbies, not enough time.
It's a theme song, y'all.